Hello everyone, welcome to another video and welcome to the 1st of July, which is vacuum changeover month for my vacuum of the month series. Now during the course of June I've been solely using the Dyson V7 Motorhead cordless vacuum, so that's the only vacuum I've been using to clean around my home. So a bit later on in the video we'll be discussing that, and I'll be showing you how much dirt it managed to remove from my home in the month. Feature-packed show for you today, because apart from discussing the Dyson V7, obviously I'm going to show you what my vacuum of the month for July will be. And the shirt I'm wearing is a little bit of a hint. It's a retro designed shirt. I don't know if we can see what it actually has on it. Can you see? Anyway, if you can't see, I'm not sure if you can, it's got cassette tapes. Cassette tapes, they were very big, mainly in one certain decade I'm thinking of, and Walkmans were quite big in this decade, where people were wired for sound. So, could be an older vacuum I'm going to be using for the month of July. Stay tuned to find out. I've also got an unboxing from a famous vacuum YouTuber, a little unboxing. I've partly unboxed it before I realised what it was. So we'll be seeing what I've been sent. What else will we be doing? All sorts of things. You might even see some dogs. There's one there, Daisy, but I've got 3 other dogs in the house at the moment. So without any further ado, I think I'll do the unboxing first, and then I'll discuss the Dyson V7 Motorhead. Now unfortunately I started to open this before I realised what it was, because I've been expecting lots of small packages from mainly eBay this week, so when it arrived I didn't think twice. I just started ripping open the box, and then when I saw the first item I thought, I haven't ordered that, and then I remembered. This has come from Mr. Sam Watson, who runs the channel Becco 1987. If I remember, I'll put a link below. If you're not subscribed to Sam, do so if you like vacuums, because he takes terrible wrecks of vacuum cleaners and restores them to their former glory, or as near as their former glory as he can. So he actually fixed one of my cleaners, my beloved Hoover Dirt Searcher. He fixed that and I got that back over Christmas. I might be sending him another one. I'll have to discuss that with him, because there is, he talked that I could send him another one. When I send him back, he's lent me something in here. He hasn't given me it. So when I send him this back, I might send him a vacuum back for refurbishment. I'll have to discuss that with him. So stay tuned to my channel and to his. You'll see what that is. So anyway, so I just opened it briefly and saw this. I thought, what the heck's that? And then I thought, I know what that is. That, and if you watch Sam's channel, you'll see he's actually used this, and I'm hoping it's going to fit. I'm hoping it's going to fit my, I've got 3 Kirby's now. You've seen 2 of them, but I do have a 3rd one. I can't remember what it is, but it's red anyway. You'll be seeing that on my channel after September. But this is a dirt meter that Kirby used to demonstrate their vacuums. So I'm going to try it on my Diamond Edition, which is my favourite Kirby, I have to say, so far. So basically, you take the bag off a Kirby and you place this where the bag would go, and then you fit these little pads, I think. Oh no, that's not the pads. That's something else. Hang on, where's the pads? Oh, here they are. Oh, he sent me lots. These are the demonstration pads. So these fit in to this. If I don't know how to do it, I'll check back on Sam's video. So basically you can see how much dirt you can get out of a carpet using the Kirby after a normal vacuum has been over it. So I will be doing a separate demo, courtesy of Sam, with this before I send it back to him. So thanks, Sam, that will be very interesting. Sam says it's quite addictive when you start doing it. So that'll be fun. I know Sebo did a similar thing to demonstrate their uprights. I'd love to get hold of one of those. I don't know where I could get one. Any of you know, especially if I can get one in the UK, one of those Sebo things. It fits onto the top of the bag housing, and it's a similar principle to this, I think, if you can still get them. Can't read that. Does it say Kirby that way? It's very hard to read. Oh, it's because it's that way on. That's how it says it. Anyway, there's that. So I can't keep that, but that will be very fun to try out. So videos will be coming up using that. So what I opened by mistake. Now if these don't fit the compact, now that might work out better. Now these are 2 wheels. Do you remember that compact I unboxed not that long ago? We're getting an appearance by a dog. One of the visitors. Hello, Willow. This will actually, can you see the green of that? I do actually have 2 green compacts that these wheels are for. They should fit that brown compact that had the broken wheel, if you remember. But now I've seen these, I might swap these with the ones on my green compact. I'll have a look. But anyway, I should be able to get both wheels on that brown compact back to how they should be, thanks to Sam. This, judging by the dead spider in there, has come from Sam's shed of broken dreams, apparently. He's got a video where he recently went into his shed to sort out all his bits, and I thought I had a lot of stuff. But Sam's got tons of things in his shed of interest. Oh, fantastic. He's even provided the tools. Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you very much, Sam. This also is for that Hoover compact that didn't have the tool tray. That was a fairly recent video. It's on my channel. This was missing from inside the cleaner, and so these are the correct tools as well. Oh, that's brilliant. That completes that vacuum. So thank you so much, Sam. And this is the proper nozzle that it should have. Can you see it's a little bit more angular than some of Hoover's all-purpose nozzles. This style of nozzle I think was first introduced on the French-made machines, probably the Compact and Sensortronics. This style came in. Slightly different to the UK-made nozzle that we got with the Freedoms, etc. And this is the proper dusting brush, and that's almost, I think that's almost new. I did find what was supposed to be that crevice tool from a spares website, and it was branded, it said it was genuine Hoover, and they sent me a pattern part that was much longer. I can't remember if it was eSpares or Part Master, but one of those. So I wasn't very happy about that. But I am absolutely over the moon with that tool tray. So that completes that compact. So that is fantastic. Thank you so much for that, Sam. And I've got some more little bits and bobs here, look. Brilliant. I've got some more filters. This is for the older Hoover Compact. But as I said, I do have one of those, so they'll come in useful. They also might come in useful in other vacuums that need a round filter. And this is... Now, funnily enough, I did actually buy one of these off eBay. And it does say Microfilter 2000 Compact. So I'm not sure if it's exactly the right thing, but I'll cut it to fit, because when I actually opened mine this week, I thought, oh, that seems a bit wrong. But I'm sure I can cut. I think it's got, I'm not sure it's got 2 filters in here, but I can cut it to fit anyway, that little square filter that needed replacing. And look, he's even sent me, oh, look, a sealed packet, proper vintage, genuine Hoover bags that will fit quite a few of the models I've got. So that's fantastic. Thank you very much to Sam. As I said, check out Sam's channel. I'll put a link below, Becco1987. He's very good. He has more patience than I have when it comes to restoring vacuums. I couldn't take them apart to the degree he does and clean them up. So he certainly does a very good job. So that'll be coming up in a separate video, the Kirby Dirt Meter. So that's brilliant. Thanks once again to Sam. Now let's discuss the Dyson V7 Motorhead. So here it is. It's actually on one of these stands. I didn't want to screw this to the wall. I got this from a local company in my hometown who delivered it to my door for free. I think it was $34.99 or something like that, but well worth the cost. This will fit all the Dyson cordless cleaners, including the V8. It'll also fit the Vax Blade. I think it fits the Shark Rocket, possibly some Hoover models as well. I'll be doing a video on this separately where I assemble it. A little bit trickier than I expected it to be in places, but It's very good because of course you can charge the machine, the charger screws on. You don't get the actual screws and bolts, the nuts and bolts that you need to fix the wall bracket to the machine, so you need to supply those yourself. But as you can see, it fits it, and also it's got shelves at the back. These are the extra tools. I didn't use these much, but this is the extra toolkit you can get for the V7 and V8, which consists of a short stretchy hose, which is essential for cleaning the car. You can't really get right under car seats using the main body of the cleaner, I find, so having the hose gives you just that little bit of flexibility. It also comes with this little dusting brush, which you can fit to the cleaner directly, or you can fit to the hose. So that's a nice soft brush with flared bristles, ideal for cleaning your TV screens, etc. So these don't come standard unless you buy a special kit. Then you've got the stubborn dirt brush, good for your car mats if you've got dirt on them. And finally, at the bottom here we get what you could use for mattresses, a mattress tool, or you could use it for your upholstery as well. So that's available as a separate kit for your Dyson V7, and I think it is also for the V8, but it might have changed for the V10, I'm not sure. I'll put a link to the Facebook page of the company I got this from, and you can contact them via their Facebook. I think they will ship, but they might charge a bit for shipping, but you can always contact them. If you want one of these, you can get one. I would recommend it. It's ideal for me because when I use another cordless cleaner, I can just unscrew the Dyson charger and say put the Vax hook on. I have got a Vax blade now that I'll be testing out, and any other cordless cleaners I get. For me it's ideal, and you just put the cleaner like that, fits on, it's charging, so it's brilliant. So I've got a bit of dirt in here, so I used this yesterday, just whipped round. What I will say about the cordless cleaners, compared to the mains powered Hoover that I used last month, or the month before last now, I tended to use this every day. With the mains corded cleaners, a few times a week. But as you can see, there is some dirt in here. So I will get my bag, which I have already marked on it. June 2018 Dyson V7. This will go in my garage, in my box, with all the bags I've collected so far. And you'll be seeing a very special video in January, hopefully, where you'll see all the dirt I've collected throughout the year. And I'll be spreading it all back out all over the carpet again to pick up. So that'll be one giant big mess test. What I do like about this is the emptying system. Now I would certainly not really recommend a V7 unless you can, sorry, a V6, unless you can get it very, very cheaply. Because what annoys me and what annoys my mum, she has a V6, is the fact that this gets mucky on a V6 because hairs and things get trapped around and you have to put your hands in. With this emptying system, with the little lever here that you pull up, that centre shroud is cleaned every time you empty it, as you saw when I did the unboxing. So with this, I've been holding it over the bag like this, so as clean as I can do the dirt disposal. Whoops. Yeah, that also happens quite a lot. I get my finger on the trigger. So then you see, you might be able to see it going in. Also, the fact is, I like it when you do this, that also makes some fine dust drop down. So you can do it a couple of times, and fine dust that's trapped on the cyclones inside, that does help to release it. So then when that's emptied, just shake it. Normally you'd do this outside, of course. And so, bits drop down, but it's a nice clean empty. So I do like that with the V7. So this is all the dirt I've picked up throughout the month of June. Let's weigh it. Hoover. I've just had to check my last video where I measured out the amount of dirt the Hoover Vortex Evo picked up, and it was quite a disappointing 115 grams, and that's for a mains powered bagless upright rated at 350 watts. Hello Willow again. This certainly looks like a lot more dirt in here than the Hoover picked up. So let's see, let's get this scale on and zero it, and we'll see how much the Dyson V7 Motorhead has picked up for the whole month of June. So remember, it's got to beat 115 grams to be better than the Hoover. Yes, we've seen you once. Thank you, Willow. Wow. Now that is surprising. That is surprising. 95 grams. So, despite the fact I thought it would certainly beat the Hoover, it looks like it's picked more up. There certainly seems to be more hairs and fibres in here, but it's 95 grams. Now, I'm really surprised at that. I thought this would weigh more. I thought it'd be probably 50 grams more than the Hoover. And the Hoover, you know, it cleaned, it everywhere looked clean, as everywhere looked clean when I used the Dyson V7 Motorhead. I'm going to tip this out so you can see exactly how much it's picked up. Well, I don't know if I will tip it out, because I mean, look at this, folks. I mean, that is a lot of dirt from one 3-bedroomed house with 2 small dogs. Only one dog sheds hairs. 2 adults, 1 large, 1 not so large. I mean, it's still impressive. I still would recommend the Dyson V7. I certainly enjoyed using it. And as I said, because it's cordless, I did find myself using it practically every day. And I've really liked it. It's certainly a big improvement on my V6 models. I will be doing a V8, which is supposed to be just a little bit better than this. I think the V8 will be just a tad quieter, and it also has better filtration on the back. And the V8 that I've got, the absolute model, also comes with the smaller motorized head. That, I don't know if I'll feature that as vacuum of the month. That might be a vacuum I take on my main holiday this year when I go to the Isle of Wight, because I do like to take a vacuum with me to test the efficiency of whatever vacuum they have in the holiday cottage. So because it's small, and we've got a lot of other things to take in the car because we're taking the dogs, I might take my Dyson V8 and see how that cleans up in a holiday cottage. Be interesting to see what vacuum cleaner they're using. You'll be seeing that video on my channel later on after September when I've been. All in all, I do like the Dyson cordless machines. They're not perfect. Out of all the cordless I've used, they all have pros and cons. I do like the Shark, but it's got some cons. The main pro about many cordless cleaners, the fact you don't have to keep your finger on the trigger. Now that does get surprisingly tiresome after quite a short period of time, and I find it hurts my finger more when I'm using it in handheld than when I'm using it in, you know, like an upright mode. That is ridiculous. The Hoover models, the Vax Slim Vac, the Vax Blade, and the Shark Flexology machines, they have a button that stays on. I know Dyson say it's to preserve the battery, so it extends the runtime, but most other cordless machines you can flick the switch and they stay on. That's a bugbear. Also, I think Dyson should look into making a machine that you can take out the battery yourself and slot in another one. They should do a machine like Shark do with 2 batteries. So you're never without your machine. You can have one battery fully charged, you can use the other one, and then when that's gone, slot it out, put in a new one. Why they don't do that is beyond me. They should have done that with their V10. But anyway, I don't have any say in vacuum designing, and it's up to the people who design them at Dyson. But a lot of people have mentioned the trigger. I've seen that in many reviews. They don't like having to keep their finger on the trigger all the time. Saying that, they're always which best buys. This is a which best buy, the V6 was, and the V8, and the V10 is a which best buy. So if you're looking for a premium cordless vacuum, I would recommend them with those few provisos. If you remember as well, before we get on to showing you what retro vacuum I'm using for the month of July. I don't know why that's happened. Got a bit of dirt there. This was coated with the Vuplex plastic polish, which I've got here, which is supposed to protect plastic It also restores plastic, it makes it shine again, but when used on new appliances, on new plastic, it is supposed to offer some protection. So I did apply this to the inside of the bin and the inside of the Motorhead. And it's got a little bit dirty because I've been using it regularly, but I also applied it actually to the agitator, the plastic part. And you can see it's still pretty clean. I mean, that doesn't really need a proper clean yet. I can go a little bit longer before I need to take that out. But the top, apart from that, will wipe off. I don't know what's caused that. That isn't scratched. I think that's probably just something that was maybe a bit damp that was picked up probably from the kitchen floor, and it's just left some residue. Can't get my finger in there to show you, but I'm sure that'll just wipe off. That's not a scratch. Once that's wiped again, I'll polish it again. That'll come up as new. So I've used it for a whole month. Still looks like that. And the bin, I can't see the bin looking very... Again, that's just got a layer of dust, but the bin, I think once that dust is wiped off, the bin will be still in pretty good condition. So I would recommend that Vuplex. It's also it's sold for people with high gloss kitchen cupboards. It's very good for that. Again, this is not sponsored. I bought this myself. Just something I personally like, and I'm saying go for it. I get nothing if you buy them, so it's completely unbiased. It's called Vuplex. You can find it probably on Amazon and eBay. Right, let's see what we're going to use for Vacuum of the Month for July. I've already given you the first clue of Vacuum of the Month for July, wearing this retro 80s inspired shirt. So we know it's a vacuum from the 1980s, but what make is it? Is it an upright? Is it a cylinder? Well, here's some more clues. I'll be using these H18 bags. I'm not going to use the original paper bags because I think these will give me better results. They'll filter better. And if I was to use this vacuum now, I would probably be using these anyway. So, H18, it's an upright, it's a Hoover. Here's another clue. For the full authentic experience, sight, sound and smell, I will be actually opening one of my old stock Hoover air fresheners. This one was from the Co-op, costing originally 99 pence, and this is the earlier style packaging, if I can hold it so you can see it. This is the earlier style packaging, showing a lovely turbo power and a Sensortronic System 20 on the cover. These air fresheners fit Turbo Power, Sensortronic, Power Plus and compact cleaners. And this will also fit that compact I unboxed only last week. Or was it earlier this week? I don't know. But inside here is the Spring Bouquet fragrance, which I think is the blue. I think I prefer the Orchard Blossom, but the Spring Bouquet was I think the most widely available one. I think it's the one that came standard with the cleaner. I'm trying not to rip this. So I'll be putting this inside the machine. What am I silly? I'm holding it. I can smell it slightly, but it should still have its authentic smell. Smells as well as sights and sounds take you right back, don't they, to certain times of your life. And the smell of a Hoover Spring Bouquet air freshener takes me back to the heady days of the 80s when I had hair, I had chiseled features, I didn't have a belly, I didn't have hair sprouting out of my ears or nose. Oh, I was absolutely gorgeous back then, but did I know it? No, I didn't. Now I'm this dried old prune that you can see before you. But a sniff of this when I open it will take me right back. Now the last, which will give a game away completely, the last thing, but I'm not sure if I'm going to need to fit it, but I've got it just in case. This is new old stock, as you can see. The packaging's gone a little bit yellow. There we go, that's given the game away. This machine is a Hoover Turbo Master Total System. They take two belts, the Turbo Masters. You've got the toothed belt, the thin toothed belt, and a wider rubber belt. But I've just quickly used it, and I don't think I'm going to need to fit these. I thought I might have to, because this machine I'm going to be using is brand new, but it's hardly been used. And the dogs are finding out that somebody's arriving. So let's have a look at the machine, fit the bag and air freshener, give it a quick go, and that'll be the end of today's video. Well, here she is, and what a fine example of an 80s vacuum cleaner we have here, long before the bagless revolution. People were using machines like this that took disposable bags. So, as I said, I don't want to use the original bag in this cleaner. It has been used slightly with this bag, but for the whole month I want to use the fleece. These are twin-skinned paper bags, and the efficiency would drop off much sooner than it will with a fleecy bag, and they're reusable. Back in the day you could slide the clip off and use them up to 3 times. You shouldn't really use them more than that, and so that made it very economical. These are the standard H4 bags. They fitted the Turbo Powers, Turbo Light and Turbo Master, and the new Junior U1412. So that's going to be put to one side, and in its stead, despite the warning, use only genuine Hoover bags, I'll be putting this in. So this is a case when non-genuine, in my opinion, is better than the genuine ones. So that's a nice tight fit. Obviously there's a lot of excess material, so I will tuck it in a bit, as I normally have to do when retrofitting this bag. And just have to find myself a pair of scissors, cut open this and breathe in the 80s. Okay, I can't see why this is not going to smell as it should, because it's sealed up. It's not been kept in a warm environment. Oh, oh, oh. I know, to people that don't understand, you'll think I'm an absolute nutcase. Well, most of you do probably think I'm a bit unhinged, which I am, but oh, I could say, oh, I'm 19 again. Actually, it might be giving off some strange gases after all these years. It's gone a little, it's got a bit of a white tinge to it. Oh. I'm going to go away for half an hour and sniff this. See you later. No, I better not. Lovely jubbly. Right, I'm going to fit this so I'll be able to smell this every time I vacuum. So the air freshener fits in this little section here, so we've just got to prise it out without breaking anything. They're normally fairly strong, but you never know after many years of being stored away. It fits behind this black panel. There we go. And fits onto this spigot here. So you pop the air freshener there, and then that forms part of the slide control at the front, which is supposed to adjust the amount of fragrance that comes out. Never worked for me. It was always the same smell that came out, and that will clip back in there. Hopefully it's not quite in right. It's always trickier doing things in front of camera than it is in real life. There we are, that's in. And there you can see the smell comes out of that little grill there. And that adjusts it, but I'll always leave it on maximum. As I said, it doesn't make any difference what setting you have it on, it'll still smell the same. I'm adopting the pose from a Hoover brochure featuring the Turbo Masters to finish this video. It will be absolutely fascinating to see how much dirt this picks up during the course of July. Now, as we know, Mr. Dyson has stopped developing corded vacuums. He thinks cordless are good enough. They certainly clean well, they certainly make the carpets, and everywhere I've cleaned with them, look clean. But can they get that deep down dirt that really should not be left in your carpet? So I'm not rigging this, I'm just going to use this as normal. It might not pick up more than the Dyson V7, but it'll be very, very interesting to see how much dirt is removed using this traditional 1980s upright vacuum cleaner with a bag. Don't forget to tune in to the next video in this series on the 1st of August, where you'll see the results of this machine, how much it actually picked up compared to the Dyson V7. That is going to be very interesting. I'm quite excited about finding out the results. I didn't think I was going to use an old machine for this series, but it was out, it was handy, and I thought, why not? Why not go back to the 80s and clean my home the way they did back then? If you have any comments or questions about this cleaner, the Dyson V7, the Dyson cordless stand, or any of the bits that Sam sent me, please ask below. Don't forget, check out the link below, subscribe to Sam's channel, Becco 1987, and I'll see you all very soon. I'm still continuing, just quickly before I end, throughout the summer I'll still be continuing to upload some older videos that I've recorded a while ago to give me a little bit of a semi-break over the summer. But I am doing things behind the scenes. There are a lot of new vacuums coming up, new and vintage. Some pretty exciting models that I haven't even hinted at on my social medias, on Instagram or Facebook. I've kept them. They will all be seen from September with a sort of mini relaunch of this channel. You will be pleasantly surprised, hopefully. But in the meantime, please enjoy my older videos and enjoy your summer. Get out in the sun while you can, while the sun's shining, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.